I love a build-up. And then we saw the serial, which was either Superman or Batman or Flash Gordon. And I think probably around about that same time, because we are the same age, George Lucas was thinking thoughts via Flash Gordon towards the galaxy. It's a good memory, and it's one I think of quite a lot. I'm very pleased to be here to introduce this film this evening, because it's the only one I'm not in. And I hate to be left out. No, that record is held, as I'm sure many of you know, or will certainly be aware of over the next few days, by one of the Tin People, who will be nameless. Only joking. And the great thing about this movie, I should give it its full title, Episode 4, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Dope. I'm sorry I didn't switch spell check on before I got out here. That word just slipped out, I think because it looks a little bit from where I'm standing, rather like Glastonbury. Without the mud. But there's still time. I think the last time I saw a crowd as big as this of Star Wars fans was in Leicester Square the night, yes, some of you are still here. And it was raining, you were there, you were valiant in the wet and the cold as we went via the red carpet into the Odeon Leicester Square. But what you probably didn't see was we nipped out again fairly quickly because we wanted to go to another cinema on the other side of the square, rather comfortingly called the Empire, where a lot of fans had been sitting through all the movies and waiting for the big one that night, Revenge of the Sith. And we said hello, and then we stood at the back as that movie started. And it was a very, very exciting moment, because everybody went mad. They yelled, they screamed, they hissed. And George turned to me and said, "This is how I always hoped these movies would be received." So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, you have an opportunity to cheer and to hiss. So please cheer your heart out for the evil empire. And hiss Obi-Wan Kenobi and my good friend, young Anakin Skywalker, and of course the Tin People. Particularly the golden one, because he needs all the discouragement he can get. You wouldn't think it, me standing up here talking to you, but I'm quite shy and retiring. So I'm quite pleased that the Emperor in this movie is shy and retiring too, and that his representatives are Darth Vader and the great Peter Cushing. I was thinking the other day that all actors, you see, really hate to be typecast. That's really why we're shy and in the background. We do certain parts and suddenly we're well known. And we live in constant fear that nobody will think of us in any other way. So I've been trying to devise a T-shirt that I can wear when I meet agents. And I was put in mind of something that Harrison Ford rather famously said. You'll probably remember he was talking about George Lucas's dialogue and its relationship with bodily waste. And my version of that should be, you may be able to see this, Sith, you sure as hell can't type it. You would hear that spell check is still switched off. However, a miracle has happened. That flight has re-engaged spell check, so I can get it right. And now surrender to one of the greatest movies of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my satanic pleasure to reintroduce you to Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Take it away, boys.